Welcome to the free trade of the week Monday, where I take something that has triggered for the Stats Edge Pro members and present it to you guys as an idea for a potential trade for yourselves. Obviously, not investment advice, do your own research. Just this is what I'm doing with my money and what some people are also choosing to do with their money over at StatsEdgeTrading.com. Now, great week last week. I hope we can continue that performance this week. And we are taking a look at what has been a crazy industry this year. That's QUBT from lows to highs just this year. You're talking a 8,000% gain. I certainly don't know if that's going to continue. What we're looking for and what the point of this particular algorithm is we're looking for pullbacks after a really strong move, after a really strong trend. And last week, this has moved from kind of $13 up to 23, so almost an 80% gain last week. And we were bidding for a pullback today. And we got that when it pulled back into about this $18.50 to $18 area. So full disclosure, I'm already in this. It has already triggered. Again, if you want to make sure you get these ahead of time, go to StatsEdgeTrading.com or click the link somewhere around this video, and you can get access to that there. These are all sent out Sunday night, so tons of time for people to take a look at which ones they like. And the idea is pretty simple. If you have a huge move like this the prior week, and then you have a sharp pullback, you have people who miss the move, and now they're very happy. They say, oh, this thing ripped all the way to 23. Now it's pulling back. Maybe I can buy some here. And then you also have people who potentially shorted into that move and are underwater, and now it's back. And like, okay, I can get out, break even. I was wrong to short against this move. And as always, right, if you go to StatsEdgeTrading.com, you can get, free newsletters, free trading courses. This gets you signed up to the email list. And then on detailed statistics, we can go look at this particular strategy. And this is this pullback strategy. So it's this orange line right here. You can see it's not always perfect. Nothing we do, I pretend to be amazing or perfect on. We're just exploiting very small edges that we can prove over this 25-year period, and we're just doing it over and over and over again. We know the entry, we know the stop loss, we know the profit target. We know that we'll be right a little bit more than half the time, and we just let those statistics play out over time. So the idea is we're looking at this QUBT. Again, we're in from kind of the 18s, the high 18s here. And worst case stop, we're just going to be wrong if it ends up crashing and breaking these lows, which from a chart point of view makes perfect sense, even though technically we're just using statistics to try to find out where the best stop loss is for this strategy. But this one lines up really well from the chart. Now, profit targets, we don't have them. And the reason that we don't have them is when you're playing something like this, there's no way of knowing what can happen on a crazy move like this. Would not surprise me to see this thing at $10 this week. It would not surprise me to see this thing at $30 this week. That's just how crazy these names are. So what we do, instead of picking out a price target, we pick out a time frame. So roughly a week to 2 weeks, it seems to be the best to hold these. So that's the suggestion or what we look for. Now, discretion, right? Because it's good to have a system, but then it's good to sometimes put in a little bit of human discretion around that. For me, that may come in some crazy profit target stuff. So if, say, for example, we were already up pretty good on this trade, but let's say this thing just rockets and, we go up to that $30 area, I am going to be very hard pressed not to take a little bit of that off or take half that position off and put some in my pocket because of a move like that. So that's where I kind of allow myself a little bit of freedom, a little bit of room. If I have a massive trade that's just way bigger than I ever thought it would be right off the bat, I kind of count myself a little bit lucky and I'll pull some of that off the table. Now, again, system says ideally over this 25-year period, a week to 2 weeks is the optimal hold time. But, right, I want to go in, I want to make sure that I'm inserting myself in there somewhere to say, yeah, maybe. But if we get that would be like a 50% move. If we get a 50% move in a couple days, I'm going to take some of that off the table. So that is what we're looking for here at StatsEdgeTrading.com. In the email, if you sign up for the email list, I'm going to include another couple trades that have triggered and just some charts with those. So make sure you go over to StatsEdgeTrading.com and you sign up for that email list. That email will come out tonight. And what we're going to end up doing is on Friday, a lot of you guys liked the video where I just wrapped up how the system traded those ideas and then how I traded those ideas. So we're going to start doing that a little bit more frequently. So again, make sure you're signing up or following or subscribing wherever you're seeing this. And until I talk to you guys next time, get away from the screens.